Hello, I'm Surfer Clock.
And I'm Tap G.
And welcome to What's the Attraction?
Where our work is your vacation.
Before we begin today's attraction, we at What's the Attraction want to ask you this very important question. Where were you on October 30th, 2012? Where were you when universes collided with such cataclysmal forces, or force as it were? Where were you when you heard George Lucas, with the mere stroke of a pen, signed away the galaxy and all its inhabitants to the Walt Disney Company for $4 billion? Let's take a few moments of silence for this tragedy.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? Disney buying out Lucasfilm was probably the best thing that could have happened to the galaxy since Luke Skywalker blew up the Death Star, you nerf herder!
Dude, Lucas never wanted to do films 7, 8, or 9, and now Disney's making him do them all. And who are you calling a nerf herder, you Gungan?
Oh, better Disney than, the guys who made Howard the Duck or the Star Wars Holiday Special.
That's it!
Stand by.
Whether you're against the acquisition,
ow, or for it, ow, that's not supposed to bend like that.
A lot of people are very, very passionate about this. And as a result, Lucas is handing the reins to executive producer Kathleen Kennedy and Mouse House CEO Bob Iger. As part of the deal, Disney wants Lucasfilm to produce another trilogy, episodes 7, 8, and 9, as well as an expansion on merchandising and theme park attractions. Whether the force is strong with Iger remains to be seen.
Let's start with the history. I'll look it up on my iPhone.
iPhone? Why on your iPhone?
Because I couldn't find the droid I was looking for.
Lame.
So Lucas' first foray into the galaxy far, far away began with the release of the first Star Wars movie, Episode 4, A New Hope, in 1977. Since then, fans all around the world have become infatuated with the characters, the stories, the technology, and the spirit of the movies. 6 in total so far. But where did the ride come in?
In 1979, Disney released their first PG-rated film, The Black Hole, and began plans for a simulator ride. Unfortunately, the movie was also a financial black hole, and the cost to build it would have been astronomical. But instead of trashing the idea entirely, Disney approached the Jedi Master himself, George Lucas, and proposed a Star Wars-themed simulator. Having good memories working with Disney with Captain EO, Lucas agreed, and in 1987, Disneyland premiered Star Tours, and Disney's Hollywood Studios version opened in September of 1989 to wild reviews.
In this ride, your Starspeeder 3000 was piloted by RX-24, aka Rex, voiced by Paul Reubens. Rex the AI droid has piloted over 27 million flights to Endor since 1989, and his, unorthodox flying skills has left him feeling a little unappreciated. It seems he took a side job doing open mic nights at the Comedy Shack to launch his stand-up career. Yeah, we were there on his last night. And our next rising star is actually a robot. Please welcome Rex!
Hey, folks. Hey, how do you get around the Dagobah system? In a toy Yoda. But seriously, what's a Jedi's favorite dessert? A chewy chocolate chip Wookiee. Hey, where does Vader go shopping? At the Darth Mall. What do you get when Palpatine pops in his dance mix? The Emperor's New Groove. No, not tomatoes.
Tomato, shut down, boy.
Dude, little guy, Rex, you okay? Say something.
Thank you. I'm feeling much better, Dave.
Oh, good. You recognize me. Now come on, buddy, tell some more jokes.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Yeah, things weren't quite the same after that. Rex had to be let go.
In any case, Lucas and Disney wanted to pursue all different possible destinations in the Star Wars universe. And in 2010, Star Tours shut its doors with an elaborate ceremony called Last Flight to Endor. The following May brought Star Tours, The Adventures Continue.
Taking place between episodes 3 and 4, this new attraction starts as you stroll beneath an AT-AT among the trees on the forest moon of Endor. Inside the building, it becomes something of an intergalactic terminal at a spaceport. C-3PO and R2-D2 work feverishly on a malfunctioning Star Speeder cruiser, bickering all the while.
Another droid checks baggage, while still another does a thermal body scan, both making cheeky remarks to passers-by. Finally, you receive your 3D glasses and are guided to your seats, after a brief safety spiel by a robot named Ali Sansan. C-3PO and R2-D2 are busy performing maintenance check when C-3PO inadvertently finds himself in the cockpit when the Starspeeder 1000 roars to life. From this moment on, the ride can take one of 54 ride sequence combinations, all with the same general plot. A rebel spy for the Alliance has snuck aboard, and the droids must escort them and the riders aboard the cruiser to safety.
The ride system will photograph a guest's face at random. Then, when the Empire comes to inspect the speeder, the guest's image will appear on their search warrant, and of course, they try to stop you. But R2 shifts the Star Speeder into light speed, and just as Lucas hoped for, you can now race across multiple planets like Hoth, Naboo, Tatooine, Kashyyyk, Coruscant, or even an incomplete Death Star.
What, no Alderaan?
Don't you remember what happened when we sent a roving reporter over there? Allow me to play some archive footage.
Hey, Tap G. Hey, 7 o'clock. I'm here on Alderaan. The locals are in a panic. It seems that a giant gravitational mass has moved into Alderaan's orbit. It appears to be a moon, someone is to say. A local conspiracist group speculates it's the Empire moving in to obliterate the planet, but that is the minority, guys. And the Alderaanian government insists there's nothing to worry. Oh, my gosh. There's a bright green light.
Yeah, forgot.
Yep.
Oh, okay, so no Alderaan. But, how about the characters? Did they show up?
Well, if you're going to be disappointed if you're holding out for Luke or Obi-Wan. But Princess Leia, Yoda, C-3PO, R2-D2, Akbar, Boba Fett, Darth Vader, Chewbacca, Han Solo, and Sebulba all provide at least a cameo.
Even crowd favorite Jar Jar Binks. A friggin' joke!
Do you arrive safely? Does the Rebel Alliance outwit the oppressive Empire once again? We won't tell. We'll keep that a secret like the existence of a Star Wars holiday special. What's your spin, Tap G?
You know, I'm always really cautious when it comes to giving out the perfect score for a ride, because they really don't exist for the most part. But if a ride has no flaws, what else is there to say? Then it's perfect. And I find that to be the case with Star Wars: The Adventures Continue. First of all, yeah, it is the same plot, but it has rewritability.
Definitely.
You can ride in it one day, and you go on Hoth and Kashyyyk, and then you go on it again, and then you'll be on Tatooine and Coruscant, and it just goes on from there with all sorts of combinations.
Well, and all the while, that 3D is really, really amazing. It looks state-of-the-art, high-tech. It's definitely an upgrade.
It's the best use of 3D than any movie you've ever seen, so Avatar can kiss it.
I also like that it's really faithful to the source material.
It is. This is something that Lucas literally had his hands involved in. I love how they even have Rex as a decommissioned robot in the queue. It's kind of a sad tribute, but it's a tribute nonetheless. It was kind of like having Mr. Toad in the Pet Cemetery, the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, you kind of wince, but at the same time it's like, that's respect. Now, the Lucasfilm acquisition, no matter how you feel about it, does bring about some exciting possibilities for Star Tours The Adventures Continue. There is the possibility for future upgrades.
That's true. We could get all sorts of new destinations.
I suppose we'll have to see if we see any notable locations in 7, 8, and 9.
Do you like the fact that it's the same plot over and over, even with the change-up of this plot itself?
Yes and no. Yes, because, you gotta have the same basic plot. It's a feeling of accomplishment that you feel like you got the Rebel spy to safety when you got off the ride. So there is that. But other than the changing scenes, while it is the same ride every time, it's not so much about the destination as it is about the journey. And Star Tours The Adventures Continue definitely puts that in perspective.
One of the things, the very first time I rode it, I was actually the Rebel spy.
Were you really?
I was. You get inside the speeder, you put on your seatbelt, you're just kind of lingering around waiting, and you're talking to people. And then finally when the ride starts up and the droid says, "We're looking for this Rebel spy," and they show the search warrant, they show my image, and it's always that one image Not like the DMV image, but the image like you're about to talk to someone. We're in that weird transitory phase.
Oh, that must have been really funny looking.
Oh, it was.
I wish I would have been there.
I did end up getting the pin that says "I am a rebel spy" to commemorate the event.
You had to purchase that, right?
I did. You can get like the T-shirt or the pin, but yeah, you do have to purchase them afterwards. And also one other note, in the middle of the ride, they have Yoda or Leia or Akbar come out to say, "You must get the spy to safety." But it's gender specific.
Really?
Like Leia comes out and says, "You must get her to safety." Or if it's a boy, they'll be like, Yoda will say like, "Get him to safety, you must." And it's so cool.
I never noticed that. I'm gonna have to look for that next time I ride.
So that said, 5 out of 5. I cannot find anything wrong with it. And anything I do, it's because it hasn't upped itself enough. But I'm like, you know what? It's as awesome as it's going to get for now.
It is a really cool upgrade, and I definitely look forward to seeing what they'll do with it in the future. I do find it that in some of the outcomes, it is a little herky-jerky. A little more than I prefer for my simulators. So, it's even more jerky than the Simpsons ride.
Yeah.
At some points. You at least have the seatbelt. It's not just a lap bar. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4 out of 5.
Being a motion simulator, this ride has a few things to say about what healthful condition you need to be in order to ride. Disney requests that you be free from high blood pressure, heart, back, or neck problems, and pregnant women are discouraged from riding.
Children must be at least 40 inches or 102 centimeters tall to ride, and of course they must be at least 7 years old to go alone. If they are not yet, they must ride with someone at least 14. Those in wheelchairs and scooters will need to transfer into the ride seats. Handheld captioning is available, as well as closed captioning.
Finally, please be aware this ride requires 3D glasses, and being a 3D movie in a motion simulator, we suggest that those with vision-induced motion sickness not ride.
As far as recommendations go, it's pretty obvious. Unless you're in league with the dark side, this ride is for you.
Unless you're a Star Wars fan, then you may hate it.
What? What are you talking about? This is Nirvana for Star Wars fans.
Okay, well, let me clarify. If you're the kind of Star Wars fan who gets hung up on tiny details, minor inconsistencies, and such minutia, then maybe enjoy is too strong a word. Now, we're pretty sure all the details are accurate. I mean, Lucas was involved personally.
Yeah.
But if anyone in the audience starts griping that Boba Fett's helmet is the wrong shade of green, C-3PO is programmed to fire photon torpedoes at you. Ow!
That's Star Trek, you twit! Ugh. Anyway, this ride is a must for everyone. It's hands down one of the best attractions at Disney's Hollywood Studios. But don't take our word for it. Ride it for yourselves.
All we have for today's episode, it is. Until next time, Tap G, I am.
And Surfer Clock I am.
And for listening to What's the Attraction, thank you.
Where our work, your vacation it is. May the Force be with you.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Hunger Games?
And Jar Jar really does show up. Wow! How rude!